long.
Wow.
But tonight I'm going to talk about black swans. Now, not a black swan. Black swans that only happen once in a while. Maybe you've heard of them, what a black swan is. Something that happens that nobody had predicted, yet it changes lots of things, maybe for years to come. So today I'll give you a few examples. My first example is the iPhone, the first iPhone. I remember reading the Wall Street Journal, one of my favorite papers, 7 years ago, about Apple was going to come out with the iPhone. This is the first iPhone. There were phones that had internet capability, but this was something totally new. And a lot of the cellular phone makers were laughing at Apple, like, no one's going to buy this, it's expensive, no one needs it. And Apple's goal was to sell 10 million units a year. Well, as everyone knows, the iPhone changed just about everything, how we communicate, all kinds of stuff. And the phone, I believe, now sells a few 100 million units a year. It's been hugely successful. The stock, if you would have bought it, you would have made 50 or 100 times your money. So in my opinion, the black swan qualifies that one. That's my first example. Second black swan is oil. Isn't that exciting? Price of oil. Some of you probably know that gas recently dropped to, price of oil dropped to $40 a barrel of gas, a couple dollars, where just 6 months ago, and for the past 2 or 3 years, oil was basically at $100 a barrel. It dropped to $40 a barrel, something really hardly no one predicted, yet it's affected so many things as far as countries, Middle East countries, how it affects their economies, their budgets, drivers, U.S. drivers. Maybe if you're in the oil industry, layoffs. So Russia, it's affected their economy. So again, something that happened that no one predicted, yet it's changed so many things, maybe for years to come. That's my second example. And my third example is the mayor's race, which I did a speech on a few weeks back. And my original title was, Is Chuy Garcia a Black Swan? As some of you probably know who follow politics in Chicago, there's a mayor's race, and it's a runoff between Chuy Garcia and Rahm Emanuel. And the reason I'm calling Chuy Garcia a possible black swan is this is something that no one predicted. Did anyone in this room even know who Chuy Garcia was a year ago? Raise your hand if you knew who he was. Anybody? Maybe. Okay. Nobody. So nobody knew who he was. Did anyone 6 months or a year ago think that our mayor, Rahm Emanuel, could actually lose the mayor's race with all his money and all his fame? Probably nobody. Or maybe a few people who really don't like him. And what's happened in the past few months is this Garcia candidate, he got in the race, there were a bunch of other candidates, and because the mayor didn't get 50%, they're having a runoff between the mayor and Chuy Garcia. And what makes the possibility that he could win are a number of factors. First of all, the recent polling suggests that the race is even. There's 18% undecideds. Generally, 2/3 of undecideds go with the challenger. So right there, that gives Garcia a pretty good chance. Plus, he's, like I said in my other speech, he has thousands of volunteers and blah, blah, blah. So it's a very good possibility we'll have a new mayor. So let's assume he wins and I get my black swan. Think about it. If he becomes the next mayor, a lot of progressives like him. He's supposed to be running for the working man, take back our city from the rich corporate, all those types of people. So could he be a black swan? Maybe 15 years from now, we're going to look back and say, wow, Chicago took back their city. Maybe nationally, other candidates started running. They took back their cities and their country. Is that possible? Probably not. But it could happen. This is why I think Chuy could be black swan. And in my close, I want to think of you all your lives. Most of us, we go to school, we get good jobs, hopefully, and the company says, profits are going to grow 10% a year. You read the paper, the economy, the GDP is going to grow 2% a year. Yet more often than not, our institutions, they fail us. And we know somewhere a black swan is lurking just around the corner. We know it's going to happen. There's always something that happens. So what I'm asking each and every one of you tonight is to maybe try and peer around the corner. Try to see that black swan before it comes. And maybe just like Chewy G, you'll be able to take advantage of it and make it a successful ending. Thank you.